Hello, friend. My energy is slightly lower today because, it's been quite a week and there's been a lot of emotional turbulence throughout that week. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about emotions and recently how I've noticed how clarity can come from being aware of emotions and how a lack of clarity can ensue when pulled into emotions, or certainly I've noticed this from my perspective, because it's funny that when pulled into emotions, any emotion, it can be so intense that the most simplest of decisions and the simplest of intentions can become so complicated and so convoluted and so hectic. And one of the things that causes my emotions to get into such a difficult place is I've noticed this cycle repeat quite often, where I get these glimpses, and most recently I certainly have had these glimpses of what I like to call having my head above water, being out of the hurricane of my emotions and thoughts and seeing everything clearly. And it's beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful experiences ever. I feel free. I feel happy. I feel alive. I feel vibrant. But then just as I come up above the clouds, I then start to fear going back under. I fear going back underwater again because I know what it's like. But the fear of doing that actually attracts it, and then I go under. Without even realizing that I've gone under, I then start to think, right, well, how do I enforce being above the clouds? How do I enforce keeping my head above water? And all that happens is I ended up pushing myself underwater more and more, because slowly but surely I'm starting to put more pressure on myself again. You're kind of like, one day you're up, one day you're down. And I've really kind of got to this point where I'm like, right, well, am I forever to be swinging up and down like a pendulum, to be moving from one state to another, fearing moving back into an emotional state, then to just come out of it again the other side, and this rock and this swing backwards and forwards? It's easy to think that time is like a straight line. Imagine a straight line of time, and it moves up and down and up and down and up and down like a wave. And you think, well, I'm up at the moment, so this is where I am on the line. And then I'm down, and then this is where I am on the line. And then I'm up, and then this is where I am on the line, and down, and this is where I am on the line. And it's just a continual process. So if you're in a down, you're like, well, an up must come. And if you're up, then you're like, well, maybe a down will come. But what I'm starting to see is the line was never there. It is a circle. And that wave is only a perception. And the suffering, the difficulty, the challenge does not come from going up or down. The challenge comes from the reaction to the up and the down. Because the way you react when you are up and the way you are reacting when you are down is the thing that can cause the frustration, the challenge, the sorrow, the upset. And I keep getting pulled back to the fact that just letting go of all of those labels, all of those reactions, and just go, it's all okay. Every aspect. Being up and feeling good, being down and not feeling good. Feeling centered and calm, feeling a little bit more emotionally unstable. Going through these cycles, these patterns, it's all okay. Because isn't that truly, when I talk to you about self-acceptance and self-love, truly that is the thing that I'm trying to accept, not an idea of who I am, but the nature of who I am. Because if we accept our ups and downs, if we accept every aspect of our day-to-day consciousness, how we act, how we feel, how we speak, how we do, all the good parts, all the bad parts, where is the suffering? It simply just does not exist. Because accepting every moment as it comes, accepting every choice as if you had made it, makes you free of suffering. The longer the patterns continue and the longer the cycles continue, the more I can see the self-loops that I am in, and I just wish for it to stop. Please don't think I mean taking my own life or suicide or any of that context, not at all. You know, I value life enormously and this experience. I just want to get my head above water and keep it there. Although funny, as I said that, I wonder, what does that even mean? Like, what does my head above water actually mean? It doesn't mean anything. I'm talking to you about a concept or an idea of how I feel. Because it almost feels like that is the rhythm. It is the pull towards the desirable states of feeling happy and light and full of life and energy, and then resistance to the states of feeling down and sad and negative. Forever that cycle perpetuates again and again and again and again. I think, as I said to someone earlier, is the battle between my soul and my head, or my heart and my head. Very much the statement I just made about keeping my head above water and wanting to be like that all the time shows that the person that I am in this present moment, I do not accept. And therefore, when I do not accept someone in the present moment, aka myself, if I do not accept myself in the present moment, then that usually leads to me feeling frustrated and feeling pressure to be someone that I'm not. I think the moment I stop looking for the answer will be found. The moment I stop looking for the answer to the present moment, it will be found, because it is the present moment. And it's whenever it's pulled out of the present moment, the answer is in the future, the answer is in the past, the answer is in certain event, the answer is in this, the answer is in that you lose the answer, because the answer is in the present moment. Oh, life, what a beautiful and crazy game you play. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed this, and please make sure to follow on whatever platform you're listening or watching this on. I do spend some time on Clubhouse. If you are on there as well, make sure to hit me up. I've got the bio link in the description of this video. And if you're on the podcast, then make sure to go check out the Instagram, because all of the links are on there. As I occasionally sort of jump on different rooms and just have conversations with people. So if you want to have a conversation, if you want to shoot stuff about philosophy and self-acceptance and self-love and the spiritual journey through life and all of that good stuff, then you know where to find me. Make sure to hit me up. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Well, for some reason, my English just broke down in the last moments there. I'll see you next week.